all these years later. I am sorry, Jackie.
She's apologizing. Marie-Louise Ludwig is here, everybody. Yay! It's so nice to see you.
It's so nice
friend.
to be here.
Now,
you brought this big deal to In the Kitchen with David a little bit earlier,
I
and
did.
over 6,000.
Wait, what? It was
have
only 2 when we were done.
I know, it's crazy. It's already so popular. This is the My Grandma's 28-ounce coffee cake in choice of flavors,
Yes.
and one of them is very near and dear to your heart. This is an inspirational piece.
It is. Well, I love to bake, and I was bringing a lot of cakes in here last fall, and so I came up with an apple cider donut cake, and it was so popular and so well loved here that I went to my friends at my grandma's because we always need new ideas, and I said, let's do an apple cider donut cake, and they're like, nah. No, that doesn't sound good. It has gone crazy. I told them. But the best thing about it is they did it right. They went to Vermont and got fresh pressed apple cider from Vermont.
Wow.
So the color, the taste, the texture is out of this world.
Everything. Okay, so here are your choices. Of course, the apple cider donut coffee cake. You can also choose that cinnamon walnut, which we love for the fall. And then right over here, you have a third choice that is called pumpkin spice. It's so nice. And you can get it to ship right now, which is always a favorite, September 23rd or the week of October 7th. It's $26.98 and it serves up to 15 people?
15 people, and it's a great time to get this. Let me just say, because this goes in the freezer for a full year, if you don't want to eat it right away, which I think is silly, we're going to be incredibly busy come this fall.
Yeah,
we already know. So grab these now. You've got a full year to think about it. Take a couple slices out and put into the freezer. But where should we start?
I want to start with yours, the apple cider donut.
So take a peek at this. Look, my grandma's, these are baked fresh in Boston. The recipe now exceeds 150 years. And to do a true grandmother's Eastern European recipe, you have to use the ingredients. So in this case, we use fresh apple cider in here. You've got that Madagascar bourbon vanilla. You have all of that cinnamon sugar. So let's cut a piece. I'm going to cut a piece right here. The texture, wait till you see the color of this cake and the fragrance of this cake. When you take it out of the wrapper, it's so incredibly heavy and dense that it sticks all over to the bottom of your fingers. But look at that. Signature cinnamon sugar swirl all the way through. Plenty of cinnamon sugar on the top. But look, when you break this open, it is always so fresh and fluffy. We tell you, the first time you freeze this is the first time it's frozen. So orders that we're taking now for immediate ship, they're waiting for me right now. Hi, they're waiting for the call.
Wait, Kathy is with Rachel in the audience. Kathy, did you get to try this before the show?
I did. It was delicious.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you love it.
And Kathy, which flavor did you try?
We had apple cider.
That's it, atta girl.
It's delicious. And Mary, I have to say, on In the Kitchen with David, someone in the chat said they bought all 3 flavors because they loved it that much.
I don't blame them. It was that good.
Yeah.
The apple cider vinegar is the most popular. Apple cider vinegar? What the heck am I talking about? Apple cider donut. What?
Anything like
I don't want that on my cake, please. No, Mary, that's not how you bake. The apple cider donut is the most popular right now. But you know what? Did you need another slice, or did you get enough before the show? I could bring you another one if you want. This one doesn't have apple cider vinegar on it.
And I know you can't try it.
No,
I feel really bad
no,
for
I
it.
know.
But
I can't
you know
have
what? Let's go down here.
Keep going. I'll take this up.
I'm going to go down here to the end. And I want to show everybody, when this arrives to you, I'll show it to you in a box. Look how beautiful these cakes are. For those of us who maybe don't have time or never learned how to bake or remember our grandmothers and our mothers' cakes, this is the beauty of our cake. It's so pretty right out of the package that we recommend. You put it on a cake plate, you put it out for everybody to enjoy. Nobody has to know that you did not make it. And then when they ask for the recipe, just say, well, it's my grandma's.
I love that answer.
It's a good lie. It's a good lie. But here's the pumpkin spice. Look at the color on this one. Our traditional My Grandma's coffee cake marries a pumpkin pie. So how do we do that? Pure pumpkin puree, all of the spices, you love it in there. And look at the texture on this. No butter in our cake, so there's no trans fats. And you might say, well, I feel like I'm tasting something buttery. It's actually sour cream.
Oh my gosh.
That's what the grandma's recipe
Mouth
called
is just
for.
watering.
Not the sour cream you see in the supermarket sour cream. Do you know that there's a thicker, richer sour cream? If you're old like me and you remember when the milkman used to deliver the milk to you and the cream would rise to the top, that's what they're using. And that's why these cakes are so incredibly moist and dense. And just look at that. Let's break that one open there. This is delicious as it is, and we've got a lot of different ways to serve this, but it makes a great starter cake as well.
Dense and gorgeous.
And then finally, do you need to do an update?
1,500 have been picked up in this show.
I'm a yacker.
Man, she's good.
Somebody just put cake in that girl's mouth.
I'm just staring dreamily at the slices of cake behind the table. Just winking at them and blinking at them. Remember, we have all three, but if you want that apple cider donut, please do not wait. This has been popular ever since we talked about it in the kitchen with David. We have the cinnamon walnut, and we also have pumpkin spice. Now, you've seen the pumpkin spice, you've seen the apple cider donut, but now we're gonna get into that cinnamon walnut. I mean, that's true harvest,
And I'm gonna
right?
give this to you, so
I'm
I
gonna
don't
hold
forget to do
this.
this. All right, take a peek at this. This is where it all began in Boston. This is when Bob Cates, our founder, had the idea, you know what, I'd like to share my grandmother's recipe. This is a cinnamon walnut. People were lined up around the block to grab this cake, and why not? It has not changed in the decades that we've been baking this cake. The size, the consistency, the quality, if you order these every year, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It never arrives where you open up the box and say, oh wow, it's like 20% smaller. Not gonna happen with us. But on this one on the top, we love these fresh, crunchy California Mariani walnuts. Why do we choose those? Because when these walnuts get mixed with that cinnamon sugar on the top, and they're huge and fresh, they get an oil release, and when it mixes with the cinnamon sugar, oh, it just really pops that flavor on here.
Now, does it
So
show up frozen? Or does
No,
it show up ambient?
It shows up fresh. Oh. So if you open up the box, this is how it comes. And by the way, let me just see how Scott gave it to me in the back. Okay, it's missing one thing.
What's it missing?
It's missing the piece of cardboard on the top. And it also comes with a care card. I'm telling you, our bakers, our company does a really good job of making sure that that fresh cake, you know what a fresh cake is like out the door the next day? To do our best, because once it's out of our hands, it's out of our hands, but they really want this packaged well, and they've done a really good job with it. Freeze it. The first time you freeze it is the first time it's ever been frozen.
How long is it good in the freezer?
We got a year.
We got a year.
We got a
on
year.
it.
So this is the cinnamon walnut. I know my hands are dancing everywhere. The protractor says, slow it down. All right, look at the middle of this. Those big walnuts all the way through the middle, that signature cinnamon streusel, and then on the top, all of those delicious California Mariani walnuts on here. This is great. Quickly, I know we don't have much time.
It's all
to
right.
slice
Yeah.
and grill up any one of these flavors
breakfast,
to make
snack,
a
and
French
dessert.
toast with a little bit of egg wash and heavy cream batter on here. 15 slices in this. So if you go down here and take a peek, you'll see. If you put this in your freezer and you're somebody who has people over the last minute, cut those 15 slices up, put a little bit of whipped topping and some fruit on there. It makes a great bread pudding, but of course, it's just great with a cup of coffee.
Did anybody come farther than Florida today? Is Florida the farthest that somebody came? Okay, they get the cake. It's $26.98. Because you know what you need on a flight? A coffee cake. You know? Hold on. Hold on. Lord, have mercy. Okay, here we go. Oh, they put them all the way up at the top. It's like a test. Here you go, lovelies. That's a prize cake right there. I did not breathe on it. It's covered in plastic. Marie-Louise, thank you for coming to our live studio audience show, my friend. We love you. And don't forget, that's a big deal. And you're getting it for $26 and change. That's a great find in the show. Hey, Rachel, what you doing over there?
So the chat's going really well, and Kelly wanted to tell everyone that Grandma's coffee cakes are everything, and everyone should buy them to impress their guests.
Aw.
If you want to pick up other fall items, you can go over to QVC.com. We are having our Hello Fall event, up to 5 easy pays and up to 20% off select fall decor. It's right on the homepage of QVC.com. You can start shopping because I'm ready for fall. Mary, are you ready?
I mean, I'm in a mild sweat, but I am ready for fall. You know what I'm saying? It's warm, but my brain is there.
I agree.
My mind is there. I'm waiting for Mother Nature to